Hello everyone, my name is Tommy.
I'm Kenzie.
And welcome back to Backstage Thoughts. In this video we are going to give you our ultimate guide to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park in Walt Disney World, Florida. This guide is going to contain just about everything we could think of that you might need to know before heading to the park. It's going to have information on attractions, dining, shopping, transportation, etc., etc., etc.
If you enjoyed this type of content and found this guide helpful, please leave a like and a comment letting us know what you think.
Alright, I guess we can start off with the basics. Kenzie, what is Animal Kingdom?
So Animal Kingdom is a cross between like a Disney park and a zoo mixed together. This park has fewer rides than most Disney theme parks, but it does offer unique attractions such as live shows and animal exhibits.
There are 6 different themed lands at Animal Kingdom. When you walk in, you have Oasis. Right in the middle, you have Discovery Island, which is kind of generally like animal nature themed. And then you have the other 4 lands that kind of shoot off of that. So you have Pandora, which is themed around the world of Avatar. You have Africa, which is themed like Africa. You have Asia, which is themed like Asia. And then Dinoland USA, which is questionable in its theming. It's dinosaur themed, but it's also like carnival themed. It's like a dinosaur carnival, I guess.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom's park hours are from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but that can change, so you want to make sure you're checking the My Disney Experience app before you go. There is early entry from 7:30 to 8 a.m., which is open to guests who are staying on property at Disney. This is a park that closes earlier than any of the other parks, but it also opens earlier than any of the other parks. The only transportation provided by Disney to Animal Kingdom is busing, and that's from the resorts and the other parks, but not from Disney Springs. There is also a parking lot at the park if you're driving, and there's drop-off for Uber and Lyft.
Unfortunately, the monorail and the Skyliner are not options for getting to or from Animal Kingdom. And no boats either. Previously on Backstage Thoughts. If you hop in line...
I knew it was coming. I tried to tell you.
Why wouldn't you just say, I'm gonna burp?
Because I thought you needed to stop.
Why would I know that?
Hold on. I told you to wait this time.
Okay, thanks. If you are going to Animal Kingdom, there are a few can't-miss attractions that you are going to want to do pretty much every single time. First of all on that list is Avatar Flight of Passage, which is, if you saw our ranking of Disney rides, the second best ride, in our opinion, in all of Walt Disney World. It's going to have a long wait, but you 100% need to do this, especially if you've never done it before. It is fantastic. Kilimanjaro Safaris is another can't-miss attraction at Animal Kingdom. Can you guys hear the rain? You guys hear that? It's like pouring out. Anyway.
It sounds like it's raining, like, upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Kilimanjaro Safaris is another can't-miss attraction at Animal Kingdom. It is a little bit inconsistent in that it's not as cool if you don't see as many animals, but if the animals are out, it's awesome. Either way, though, you're going to want to do this because why are you going to Animal Kingdom if you don't want to see some animals, right? Yeah. It's the best way to see some animals. You get a guided tour, get some fun facts as you're going through. Just a really enjoyable experience. Definitely something that you're going to want to do at this park. Our third can't-miss attraction at Animal Kingdom is Expedition Everest, the only roller coaster in Animal Kingdom. It's located over in Asia. It's based around like the Yeti. Really cool theming, really cool ride. It does go backwards, so that's something to keep in mind if you are not able to kind of deal with that, if that is something that maybe bothers you. But it's a lot of fun. Definitely recommended. And our final can't-miss attraction is actually a show. It is the Festival of the Lion King. Now, pre-COVID, Festival of the Lion King was one of the best shows anywhere in Disney World.
Yeah.
It hasn't come back in its full form, at least when we were there. We last saw it about a year ago, a little less than a year ago. And when we saw it, it had just recently come back, and they cut out large portions of the show. So in its current form, if it's still in that form, I'm not 100% sure. In its like trimmed down form, maybe you can miss it. But if it does get back to the way that it used to be, it is definitely a show that is worth seeing while you're there.
Every Disney attraction is worth trying at least once, but if you feel like you're not going to have enough time or you're going to miss something else, there are a few attractions you can skip. One attraction at Animal Kingdom we would recommend skipping if you have to is Triceratops Spin. This is the same type of ride as Magic Carpets of Aladdin or Dumbo in Magic Kingdom, but the theming just isn't as good.
Another attraction you might want to skip if you think that you do have to make some sacrifices would be It's Tough to Be a Bug. It's an okay show. It's not a live show. It's just something you watch on a screen for like 10 or 15 minutes. There's not really a whole lot to it. It's just like a short little video. Yeah, definitely skippable if you think you won't have time to get to everything. Our third possible skippable attraction would actually be Navi River Journey, which is the second most popular attraction in the entire park. It has the second longest wait pretty consistently. But it's actually something you could go without doing, especially if you've done it before. You can get more information about our thoughts on this ride in our video where we ranked all the rides, but it's not a super interesting ride except for the very end. At the very end, there's one cool thing about it. But the rest of the ride is kind of very lame. If you've never done it before, it is cool to give it a shot and to do it once. But if you need to cut something out, if you need to cut something big out, this is a pretty significant time save if you skip it.
There are attractions that aren't can't-miss attractions, but they don't really get enough love as they should, and we do recommend checking those out. Dinosaur is one of my favorite rides at Animal Kingdom, and that's first on our list. So this is a dark ride, but there's nothing else in any of the Walt Disney World parks that really is similar to this at all.
It is the same ride as the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland, so if you've been to Disneyland, it'll probably seem pretty familiar to you, but it's definitely a fun ride. It's a thrill ride that's not a roller coaster. Lots of fun, definitely recommend it. Even though it seems to be pretty unpopular. I think it has like the second lowest wait time.
Yeah.
At Animal Kingdom, the third lowest wait time or something. Don't know why. Very cool ride. And another underappreciated attraction at Animal Kingdom is the animal exhibits themselves. All throughout the park, there are different places where you can look at all sorts of different animals. If you come across something that says like trail or trek, essentially what that means is you're about to walk through, if you go through, a whole bunch of different exhibits with a whole bunch of different animals in it. It's gonna kind of take you away from a theme park and bring you to like the zoo or something. Really recommend checking out the animal exhibits while you're there, because that's part of why you're there, right? It's not just a theme park, it is Animal Kingdom. So look at some animals while you're there. So let's talk about Genie Plus a little bit. Genie Plus is the system that is in place that replaced FastPass Plus, which replaced FastPass. And it is a way for you to go into the lightning lane to skip the line, or at least have a much shorter wait on the line for certain attractions. There are two options within the Genie section of the My Disney Experience app. You have Genie Plus, which is kind of like a daily subscription service that allows you to book reservations at attractions at different times. And then you have like individual lightning lane, which is for typically the most popular attractions at each park. I think I would assume it's Flight of Passage at Animal Kingdom. You don't need to buy any of these. If you are a super impatient person and you have some extra money to spend, okay, fine. But if you check out our video that is linked in the description about how to do every attraction in a Disney park in one day without Genie Plus, you'll see that it is completely feasible to do everything that you want to do without having to spend the extra money. So if you're coming here looking for tips about which rides to book Genie Plus reservations for, you're not really going to find any, because we recommend not using it at all. It is totally a waste of money, especially at Animal Kingdom where there's only 7 rides and 9 attractions that have wait times.
Currently, there are no rides at Animal Kingdom using the virtual queue system, but if a new ride were to open up, they might utilize this system. You want to keep checking in the My Disney Experience app before you go just to make sure. If that does happen, the virtual queue opens up at 7 a.m. and you just have to join the virtual queue, and they will give you an estimated time on when your group will be called.
It's 7 a.m. the day you are planning to go to that park, so if you're planning to go to Animal Kingdom one day, get up at 7 a.m., hop in the virtual queue on the My Disney Experience app, and you can honestly go back to sleep if you want to. You just have to get up for a second, join the virtual queue, and then it'll give you a time an estimated time, and then that time will usually get closer as the day goes, right? I remember when we did it for Guardians, it originally told us like 4 p.m. or something, and we ended up riding at like 11 a.m. or something like that. I don't know if it'll change that drastically, but whatever time they give you, it's probably going to be earlier than that you're able to ride. As of right now, though, not something you need to worry about for Animal Kingdom. If you were watching this a couple years in the future, it might be. Currently, there are 3 shows at Animal Kingdom that have specific showtimes. Feathered Friends in Flight has 5 total showtimes each day, ranging from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Festival of the Lion King has 9 total showtimes, and they are every hour on the hour from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then Finding Nemo, The Big Blue, and Beyond has 6 showtimes from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Showtimes may change. They change seasonally. They can change based on the park hours changing, or they could just change each day for whatever reason. So don't, say, okay, these are definitely the showtimes when I go. Check the My Disney Experience app. Same thing we've said a couple times. And just double check. Make sure what the showtimes are the specific day that you're going. But all the information you need for that will be in the app.
I feel like we didn't touch on this, but Animal Kingdom is one of the parks where there are like street performances happening. So if that's something you want to see, maybe just keep an eye out for that. There aren't specific showtimes.
There are.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, if you look, again, in the My Disney Experience app, it's not under showtimes. I think it's under events or something like that. Let me check. It's under the entertainment section in the My Disney Experience app. So if you go to entertainment, that'll give you all the times for like the street performers and stuff like that as well. Any outside entertainment that's going on. They have people like playing on the drums in certain sections, stuff like that. Yeah, all of that, the times for all of that can be found in the My Disney Experience app. And again, make sure you check for the day that you're going to be there because they are not the same indefinitely. They do change.
I just feel like that's something that's very unique to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, they do have stuff like that in some of the other parks, but Animal Kingdom definitely utilizes it more, for sure. So just like show times and outside entertainment all have specific times that they occur, character appearances are also something that is on a set schedule.
There are a total of 7 characters that you can meet at Animal Kingdom. They are Mickey and Minnie, Daisy and Donald, Chip and Dale, and then Kevin from Up. Who?
Mickey and Minnie hang out at the Adventurers Outpost every day. They are there pretty much straight from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Those are their hours. And they're just kind of there all the time. So they're kind of the easiest to track down. The other characters have different appearance times. Your My Disney Experience app's coming in handy again. You can check the times on there for the different character appearances. I know Kevin kind of wanders around throughout the park sometimes.
Mostly on Discovery Island,
mostly on Discovery Island, but he's not like standing in a set location. The others do stay in one place once they come out, but to check for their locations and to check for the times that they're going to be out, check your app.
I think that Doug and Kevin from Up might also be at Animal Kingdom.
Well, Kevin
No,
is.
not Kevin. Doug and
the
Russell.
Guy?
No, Russell.
Oh, Russell's the kid.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's true.
It wasn't in the app, so maybe they used to be, but they're not anymore.
But I think they were last time we were there.
Okay, that was a year ago.
Listen. Things like that don't change.
No, they do. They change all of the time. That's why people have to check the app, right?
Facts.
There are some special events and tours that you can book while you're at Animal Kingdom. If you want to get up close and personal with some of the animals, they have the option to do so with elephants or rhinos. Caring for Giants is what the elephant one is called. You get an extra close-up view of the elephants. It's $35 a person. You also get to learn a little bit about how they take care of the elephants at Animal Kingdom. And then the rhino one, I think is called just like Rhinos Up Close, which is a really original name. That's $45 additional per person, and you get to see the rhinos. There is also an event, or a tour, I guess, called Savor the Savannah. It is $174 per person on top of the cost of the ticket to get in. So that alone is more than the cost of the ticket itself. Yeah. But what you get if you do Savor the Savannah is a private safari on a Jeep or a truck of some sort. where you get to see the animals and whatnot. And there is food and beverages included and stuff like that. If you're interested in that, or if you're interested in the other 2 events that we mentioned, you can check for availability on the My Disney Experience app. There it is again. This is not paid promo for the app.
I'm going to start winking at the camera every time you say it.
You can check for availability on the My Disney Experience app. It is limited availability, so don't just show up to the park and expect to be able to do it. You can also book it on the My Disney Experience app. You can pay for it there, get your reservation just like you would book a reservation for a restaurant, and then just go to wherever it tells you to go at your specified time.
What would be telling you to go where?
The My Disney Experience app, of course.
Another cool thing that is mainly for kids that won't cost you anything and you don't need a reservation for is the Wilderness Explorer pamphlet, I guess is what it's just like a little book. And there's different stations all around Animal Kingdom, and you collect badges from all of those stations.
You like learn about animals and stuff as you go, and it's like what they have in Epcot or on the different countries, I would assume.
Yeah.
All right, enough messing around. Let's talk about food now. I know that's why half of you are here. We'll start with snacks. What are the best snacks in Animal Kingdom? Well, Animal Kingdom does have Dole Whip. There's 2 different locations that has Dole Whip, which is of course a Disney staple. You can get a Simba Sunset, which is pineapple Dole Whip with strawberry syrup on it, at Tamu Tamu Refreshments. I have no idea if I said that right, but I sounded it out.
Right.
Yeah. Or at Trilobites, you can get an orange and vanilla Dole Whip twist, which is actually my personal favorite flavor of Dole Whip, except with one exception, the Tropical Serenade, which probably doesn't exist anymore because it was a special Dole Whip that they had at Aloha Island Magic Kingdom for the 50th anniversary. So now with that out of the way, orange and vanilla is now my favorite again. Do you want to talk about these, or do you want me to just keep talking about them?
You can just talk for the rest of the video. That wasn't a joke.
Do you want me to do the entire rest of this?
Yeah, good luck.
If you're looking for a quick bite that resembles like actual food a little bit more, you have a couple options with that as well. There is corn on the cob with some type of like spices on it that's available at, I forgot the name, hang on.
Harambe Fruit Market.
That's correct. Yeah, it's Harambe Fruit Market.
I should have buzzed in.
Or another option for something that actually resembles real food, dumplings at... I just had
Come on. Wait. I got it. Don't say it. I don't have it.
Mr. Kamal's?
Indeed.
Yeah.
That is it.
They have chicken dumplings there, which is just a little snack-sized portion. And of course, you can always find your classics, your Mickey pretzel, which is always pretty good, and your delicious cinnamon glazed almonds.
And churros.
Yeah, churros, but
those are a staple.
Yeah, I would take the pretzel or the almonds over the churro.
I mean,
though.
Me too, but
like if
some people do like the churros.
Yeah, but if I wanted something sweet and cinnamon, it would be the cinnamon almonds.
When you started describing the almonds, I thought you were gonna say churros.
No, the almonds are so much better.
I mean, I agree. I'm not saying I don't agree.
Animal Kingdom has some really solid options for quick service dining. Satu Lee Canteen, I think it's a made-up language, so it doesn't matter how I pronounce it, but I don't know if that's how I pronounce it. But the one in Pandora is really good. I like the chicken bowl quite a bit. You can choose what type of sauce you want on it. You can choose what type of grain you want on it. Like, you can have, like, noodles or rice or... I think there's some other third option, but
maybe
it's...
like slaw.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And they have a couple different options for sauces as well. Really good. Recommend that for sure.
They also have cheeseburger pods. I haven't tried them, but they look really good.
I would probably hate them because I hate cheeseburgers.
They look really good.
Yak and Yeti has both the sit-down restaurant and the little quick service area next to it. And the quick service has some pretty solid food there. Last time we were there, I had honey sesame chicken, I think, which I liked quite a bit. A lot of the food there is kind of like Asian themed because it is in the Asia area of Animal Kingdom.
I don't remember what I got. Another quick service option is Flame Tree Barbecue. That's it.
That's it? That's all you have to say?
I've never actually eaten there. I never actually ate there.
They have ribs, they have chicken, they have pulled pork mac and cheese.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, I don't think that's something I would get, but
it looks delicious.
For people that enjoy that sort of thing, I'm sure it's pretty solid. And there are some other options as well, depending on what you're looking for. Those would kind of be the three that we would recommend, depending on what you're looking for and where you are in the park. But, I mean, they have Pizzafari, which has pizza. Restaurantosaurus has, like, burgers and stuff. Whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for more, like, normal kid-friendly food, they have that too. But I prefer the more kind of interesting restaurants with the more interesting options. As far as table service dining, on the other hand, you don't have as many options to choose from. I think primarily because Animal Kingdom used to close at 5 p.m., so no one was really staying there for dinner. I think that's why the options are so limited. You essentially have one expensive upscale restaurant, one character buffet, one kind of like normal medium range as far as price restaurant, and then you have the Rainforest Cafe, which is just outside of the park. Those are the only 4 sit-down dining restaurants. If you want to eat at a table service restaurant in Animal Kingdom, your decision about where you choose to eat isn't really going to be based on the food that much. It's more going to be about how much you want to spend and what type of experience you're looking for.
Tiffin's is very expensive. It's mainly African and South Asian food. Personally, we've never eaten there because it's way out of our price range. But all of the food does look very good.
Can't really give any recommendations from a personal standpoint, but if you are looking for a more kind of expensive, high-quality meal, that's pretty much your option at Animal Kingdom because it's the only restaurant of that type at Animal Kingdom.
Tusker House is a buffet-style character dining that has a set price for adults and children. But this experience, you are paying more for the characters than you are for the food.
The price is high, but the reason the price is high isn't necessarily because the food is really high quality. It's because various Disney intellectual property guys in stuffed costumes come up to you while you're eating. Sorry, they're very real. They are the real characters. That's what I meant to say. Duh. Cool experience for kids, obviously, if they like that sort of thing. If they're not terrified of that sort of thing, because I know some kids get very scared of the characters. If you're with a bunch of adults, you could probably go to Tiffin's for a similar price, so I would probably recommend doing that, even though I've never eaten at either, just from eating at similar types of restaurants in other parts of Disney. I know that the character dining is usually more expensive than the food is worth. So I think going to a restaurant that focuses more on the food would be a better use of your money if you don't have kids with you, and if you're not trying to get that character experience.
Yak and Yeti is a moderately priced restaurant with Asian food options.
It's pretty much one of your 2 options if you're not looking to spend a fortune. The other option is Rainforest Cafe, which is just outside of the park. If you've been to a Rainforest Cafe elsewhere, you know what to expect. Food's decent at Rainforest Cafe. The environment's really cool for kids. Pretty much all I have to say about that. Now, Animal Kingdom is not Magic Kingdom, which means that you can get drinks pretty much anywhere you go. You have a wide variety of options. Drinks, of course, meaning alcoholic drinks. Yeah, you have some options to pick from. They have also some interesting things that aren't exactly drinks. They're more like foods, but they have liquor in them. For example, you can get at, Tamu Tamu Refreshments, an alcoholic Dole Whip with liquor in it. You can also get alcoholic shaved ice at, I forgot the name of it, let me check. Caravan Road.
I wouldn't have said that.
No. Caravan Road has shaved ice, and then they also have shaved ice with alcohol in it. And sticking with the theme of frozen drinks here, if you want a frozen Coca-Cola or a Coke slushie, depending on what you call it, I always call it a Coke slushie, but all
the latter.
Yeah, it's a Coke slushie, right?
Yeah.
But all the Disney branding says frozen Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But if that's what you want, you can get that with, I think, either rum or whiskey at Drinkwalla or at
Isle of Java.
Isle of Java.
Dang, I am on a roll. If you want something that's more normal, you can get beer, wine, and cocktails at Dawa Bar, and they have specialty cocktails at Thirsty River Bar.
Yep, that's what it's called.
Okay, cool.
That's in Asia, I think, right?
Yeah, it is. It's right beside Everest.
Yeah. If you want to sit down and have a drink or two, Nomad Lounge has a really wide variety of beer, wine, cocktails, different kind of specialty drinks. And they also have some appetizers you can snack on while you're there. And they also have a good number of like specialty mocktail type drinks for kids as well. And of course, any of the restaurants that you go to should have some type of drink available, whether it be a quick service restaurant or a sit-down restaurant. Sit-down restaurants will obviously have a wider selection, but I think most of the quick service restaurants either have beer or some type of cocktail drink, and some have both. Of course, you can check the menus for that on
the My Disney Experience app.
On the My Disney Experience app before you go. And
I wasn't even paying attention until you said that.
Great.
There was someone out the window.
I love that you don't pay attention to me when I talk.
Out the window. I was like,
listen to me when I'm talking to you. If you haven't spent enough money already, of course, there are plenty of ways that you can spend even more. Let's talk about some shopping options in Animal Kingdom. There's a piece of tape on there.
On my hair?
No, on the board. Next to Test Track.
Yeah, it's been there the whole time.
Why?
I did that.
Why?
Like years ago.
Why?
Because I didn't have anything pushed into it. I just had papers taped to it.
That's so strange.
I didn't have push pins.
Why'd you have a cork board then?
I stole it.
From where?
Well, actually, a teacher gave it to me at the end of the year one year.
But, okay, never mind.
So I could put all the stuff that was in my locker on it.
Okay, never mind. Keep going.
Okay. I got it in 8th grade. When you get onto Discovery Island, to your left is Island Mercantile. And that's just your generic Walt Disney World merchandise, basically. It's nothing that is specific to Animal Kingdom. Wind Traders in Pandora has cool Avatar-themed merchandise. The Dino Institute shop, which is the shop you go into right after you ride Dinosaur, has some themed dinosaur merchandise.
Stuffed dinosaurs, dinosaur figures, dinosaur t-shirts. Basically anything you can imagine and stick a dinosaur on it, it's there.
Circus Zong Bazaar is the gift shop when you get off of Everest, and it has more like Animal Kingdom Everest themed merchandise.
Alright, so now let's talk about how to get the most out of your day. So if you want a full kind of complete guide on how to do as many attractions as possible in one day without Genie Plus, we have a video for that. Definitely recommend watching that first and then coming back for the rest of this video. The link for that video will be in the description. It gives you all the tips, all the information you need to do every ride in a park without Genie Plus. If you watch that video, if you follow those tips, you'll be able to do everything that you want to do.
You may even maximize your day.
You may even maximize your day. Alright, so now that you're back from watching that video, let's talk about some concepts from that video that we can apply specifically to Animal Kingdom now. So, your longest wait at Animal Kingdom is almost definitely going to be Flight of Passage, and the second longest is almost definitely going to be Navi River Journey. This can change if you're watching this way, way, way in the future and some new ride has opened up, where people have realized that Navi River Journey is actually really lame, but for the next couple of years, I don't really foresee this changing. Because of this, you are going to want to save Flight of Passage for last, and you are going to want to do Navi River Journey first, if you follow the tips that we gave you in that other video. Discovery Island acts as the central hub of the park, and then it has little like spokes to the different offshoots, which would be Pandora, Africa, Asia, and Dinoland USA. Each of the 4 lands around the outside has a pathway connecting it to the land next to it, except for Pandora and Dinoland USA. Oasis is kind of in the middle there, so there's no pathway connecting those two. Because of this, they kind of represent the ends, right? The only way to go once you go into them is either back to the land you came from or back to the central hub that is Discovery Island. The most efficient path, therefore, would either be to start at Pandora and work your way clockwise to Dinoland, or to start at Dinoland and work your way counterclockwise to Pandora. And then you can either do the attractions in Oasis and in Discovery Island first before you start working your way around the perimeter, or you can do them last after you've done those other 4 themed lands that are on the outside. The big key here is to try to avoid leaving and going back to lands, right? When you go to a land, you want to do most, if not everything in that land, and then go to the next one. You want to minimize your walking time. So you don't want to be in Pandora, then over to Dinoland, then over to Africa, then back to Pandora, then back to Dinoland. You're going to waste a lot of time walking that way. Our path, if arriving at park open or close to park open would be to head to Pandora first, do Navi River Journey, then work our way around clockwise, head to Discovery Island after Dinoland, and then return to Pandora for Flight of Passage at the end of the day. That way we get the second most popular attraction done pretty much immediately when we get there with little to no wait, and we save the most popular attraction for the end when it doesn't matter how long the line takes because we're not going to get kicked out, and we don't run back and forth. The rest of the things we kind of do in a linear order. And that's it. That's our ultimate guide, everything you need to know about Animal Kingdom before you go. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comments. We will answer you as soon as we possibly can. And if you are an expert, if you are someone that has been to Animal Kingdom a lot, and you have some additional tips, tricks, recommendations, anything we didn't cover, leave that in the comments as well. If you contribute something really, really important, really useful, really meaningful, we'll be sure to pin that comment so everyone else can see it as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'd appreciate a subscribe if you enjoyed the content. We'd appreciate a like. We'd appreciate a comment. We will have guides coming out for Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios soon. So if you're interested in those, you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.